This presentation, titled Quality 4.0 Takes More Than Technology, comes to us from Benito Flores. Benito is the Dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Monterrey in Mexico, where he also teaches. In 2019, he served as chairman of the board of directors of the American Society for Quality. He has been teaching in higher education institutions for 30 years and served as quality engineer, quality manager, or quality director in 4 different organizations. Benito holds a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering, a master's degree in quality management, and a PhD in management. He serves or has served on the boards of several nonprofit organizations, including the Asia Pacific Quality Organization, SC Polytechnic High School, the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, and the American Society for Quality. And with that, take it away, Benito.
Thank you very much, Michael. I want to thank you and Michelle for inviting me to this conference, and I want to say hello to all of the attendees of this Future of Auditing Expo. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you enjoy this conference and learn a lot in order to become better professionals. This presentation is titled Quality 4.0 Takes More Than Technology, and it is a study that was conducted by the Boston Consulting Group, the American Society for Quality, and the German Society for Quality. And basically the question of the study of this research was, what is the future of quality, what we call Quality 4.0, and how quality will take a part, play a role in the Industry 4.0 revolution. So with that, I'm going to share with you the results of this study. Hopefully you will learn something that will boost your career as auditors. I remember my years auditing. I started very early on my career auditing ISO 9000 systems, and then I moved to auditing total quality management systems using the European Quality Award model, because I was working for an European company, Philips lighting company, and also using the Baldrige Quality Award, and also the Mexican National Quality Award. And more recently, I've been auditing universities, the quality of the education they provide. So for me, auditing is such a wonderful and a beautiful profession. We bring a lot of value to organization, recognizing or providing recommendations or where to improve or where they are in non-compliance. And of course, also highlighting the strongest points of a quality system or a quality management system. So to all of you that are auditors, congratulations on your job. And hopefully this will give you some ideas on how to do it better. As being an auditor is part of a quality movement or a quality managerial initiative. So Quality 4.0 is here because, as you know, there are many changes going on in industry right now. Basically, digital technologies are impacting future operations. 150 years ago, with the looming machine, we started the first industrial revolution. Then the second industrial revolution came when we started the line production, producing in big masses, in big volumes. And then about 50 years ago, with all the robots and the PLCs, we started the third industrial revolution. And as you can see, in the first, second, and third industrial revolution, there was 1 or 2 technologies that impacted and changed the landscape of manufacturing and all the other areas, healthcare, education, transportation, commerce. But now, what is different is that we are facing the birth of a number of different technologies. Some of them are autonomous robots, simulation, cybersecurity, augmented reality, virtual reality, big data and analytics, additive manufacturing, cloud computing, industrial internet, and software integration. So all of these new technologies are playing a big role in changing, in revolutionizing how we conduct our operations. This means that this fourth industrial revolution started about 10 years ago, especially in Germany, in Europe, in the Middle East, also in Japan and in the States. But what this means is that if you go, I remember I started working in very old-fashioned factories, you know, those risky, very warm, even polluted manufacturing plants. And I remember when I was very young, 30 years ago, visiting those very modern factories in Thailand, in Japan, in Germany. And I was like, wow, this is very different. Well, that's going to happen today. If you go to a factory today, and then you go to the same industrial site, let's say 20 years from now, you will think that you are in Mars or in Venus, in a different planet, not in a different country, because this is going to change everything. So these these technologies that you are seeing on the screen will change, I will say, forever and dramatically the way we manage and operate our factories. And just a quick example on how this is changing everything. If you go to a shopping mall with your cell phone or with your smart watch, you will generate hundreds, perhaps thousands of pieces of information. Every store you visit, every search you do in internet, every transaction you do with your debit card will be recorded. So that is big data, enormous volumes of data and information. Then through analytics, those programs will analyze your data and will say, well, this individual likes this type of products, this type of foods. He or she has this amount of money in the bank. He likes to buy these products of this price level, etc. And then artificial intelligence will generate the decisions that will allow companies to send you, let's say, advertisements or bank offerings or credit opportunities. So now decisions are made much more intelligently or scientifically, I will say. So this is the new technologies. New technologies are changing everything. It's the same with industrial and other fields. So if we talk about Quality 4.0, what is that? Quality 4.0 brings together these technologies that I just described to you with the methodologies, the techniques, the philosophy, the procedures we all know related with quality, auditing, statistics, quality improvement, Six Sigma, design of experiments, and all those technologies. So combining these advanced technology, digital technologies with quality principles is Quality 4.0. And we do that in order to drive substantial performance and effectiveness improvements. We want our companies, our industrial operations to be more competitive, more productive, and that will be possible in part by implementing these two philosophies, digital technologies and quality excellence. So talking about the study, this study is a research that we conducted with about 235 executives from producing industries. As I said, trying to figure out what quality will be in the future, Quality 4.0. So as you can see here on the left of your screen, we interviewed executives, auditors, quality directors, vice presidents of quality, CEOs, manufacturing directors in companies such as industrial goods, consumer goods, healthcare, transportation. And we interviewed people from all over the place, many different countries, but we focus a lot on the USA and Germany. We also interviewed people in Japan, in Malaysia, in Italy, Finland, the UK, and other different countries. So the conclusions, if you let me go to the end of the study, at the very beginning, we found 5 different very important topics. The first one is that only 16% of the companies we interviewed are working on Quality 4.0. Very few. They are expecting high impact, high benefits, big benefits from these initiatives. If you remember when we started working on business process reengineering about 25 years ago, the very definition of BPR was to make substantial changes in order to gain dramatic improvements in key performance indicators? Well, it's exactly the same with Industry 4.0 and Quality 4.0. Companies are expecting a lot from their investments. Number 3 is that digital technologies are extremely important for companies, especially in research and development and in manufacturing. At the very beginning, I thought this will be big in administrative processes. Well, no, the experts and the leaders say manufacturing will change a lot. Number 4, the biggest gap, the biggest area of opportunity, and at the same time, the biggest barrier is digital skills. There are not enough people prepared on these areas. So for us, quality auditors and quality improvement specialists and big data or analytics specialists, that's our area of opportunity to become experts in this area because companies are in big need of those skills and talent. And number 5, this was a surprise to me when we asked those executives, what do we need as quality professionals for the future? I mean, to be successful and to make a significant contribution to our companies, they say the number 1 skill that we need from quality professionals, believe it or not, is still soft skills, communication, teamwork, leadership, change management. And then number 2 is digital skills. So for me, this is important in terms of our career. How can we make a difference in the future? So let's go with the details of the study. As I mentioned, despite the benefit, because Industry 4.0 and Quality 4.0 are expected to bring big improvements in companies, only 63% of the companies have not started yet. As you can see here in the left of your screen, 63% of the companies, the organizations we studied, have no plan, have not started with Quality 4.0. 20% of them are in the planning stage, and only 16% have some degree of implementation of Quality 4.0. So the companies we studied are based mainly in Europe, primarily in Germany, and then in the US. As I mentioned, there are other companies that we interviewed in Brazil, in Japan, in South Korea, in the UK, Austria, Spain, and some countries in Latin America. So I mentioned business process reengineering, and many people were expecting a lot from BPR. Well, it's exactly the same with industry and with Quality 4.0. It's projected to have significant impact. For example, if we talk about quality check cost, we expect those leaders expect a reduction of 16%, an improvement of about 18% in defect rate. So I remember when I was a production supervisor, my goal was to improve 1% or 2% the parts per the defective parts per million. So if I had 3,150 ppms, they expected for me to go to 3,100. I mean, a small improvement, but that was challenging. Now they are expecting improvements of 15 to 20% in the number of defective pieces, let's say. Warranty claims to be reduced by about 15%. Manpower, 12%. So companies are expecting to use less people, let's say. When we interviewed this executive, they said, it is not that we will let people go, but we will be able to place those individuals in better operations where they can add more values, or where they won't be exposed, to very physical tasks, or to, let's say, risky operations where there is a lot of heat or noise or pollution. Now they will be performing in safer and more productive operations, and that sounds good. First, past yield, an improvement of about 16%, and then this is beautiful, customer satisfaction to improve about 19%. So we saw a series of companies that have improved, let's say, the net promoting score the NPS for about 10 to 20%. So moving from 45 to 60 points in their NPS, which is a lot. I mean, if you improve 2 or 3% in your NPS after an initiative, that's enough. Well, they are expecting 15 to 20%. That's big. And Quality 4.0 has impact on all of the areas of the company. As you can see here, this is what these executives said they expect on improvement, or they are experiencing in different areas of our operations. In procurement, they are experiencing about 15% of improvement, let's say, on the delivery time of their suppliers or on the accuracy of their inventories. They are experiencing about 21% of improvement in logistics. I remember one of them clearly said, in the accuracy of our forecast, of our sales forecast. So they are using these digital technologies and quality techniques. They are improving a lot their forecast of the products they're going to sell, let's say, in the next quarter. Service, an improvement of about 29%. That's big. Let's say warranty costs of the time and accuracy they take to deal with customer complaints. Research and development, big improvements, about 40%. Let's say the time you need to develop a product, the time from the marketing guys come with an idea until you have those products display on the shelves in a store. Well, they expect 41% reduction on those indicators. But the biggest improvement, as I mentioned before, comes in manufacturing. They expect 47% of improvement, let's say, on critical indicators such as overall equipment efficiency or defective rates, PPMs, or manpower efficiency or materials efficiency. So as I said, I thought in the administrative part were the biggest areas of improvements, but now experts here or the practitioners here say it is both in research and development and manufacturing where we are expecting the biggest impact of Quality 4.0. So Quality 4.0 has applications everywhere. Here in the left upper left corner, we see research and development, and they are expecting improvements in agile product development or using analytics to support decisions. For example, how many products you gotta send to every type of a market. Here in yellow is procurement, purchasing. So we're gonna use Quality 4.0 to develop performance dashboards for our suppliers or the integration of supplier quality data and information. Here in the very center of your screen, you can see manufacturing. And what you're gonna see in the future is predictive quality, even materials self-adjusting or being able to make the adjustments before products come out of specifications, digital standard operating procedures. So employees, operators, supervisors will be able to take their own decisions and to read documents without any supervision or help. Here in warehouse, in the light blue box, we know that we can have advancements like pick by light or glow equipped with barcodes and readers. So this means that perhaps today, if you want to do an inventory check of what you have in your warehouse, it may take for two people, perhaps 3 days and a half to be positive, to be very sure of what do you have in your warehouse. Now with these technologies, it can take only 4 hours. I mean, using a drone and for your operators with those gloves that can read barcodes, and in 4 hours, you will know 100% what do you have in your inventory. So the accuracy of your inventory will be better and much faster. And then you can see other examples in cross-functional areas and of course in service and sales. So we asked this executive, what is the biggest barrier you are facing in order to implement Quality 4.0? We know it's not easy, but what is preventing you to implement these technologies and this new way of thinking and working? Number one barrier is the shortage of digital skills and talent. They go to their employees and they say, what can we do? And everyone is with a question mark face because they say, well, we don't know exactly what to do. They are not trained or well equipped in these digital skills. Number two is the lack of, or they have an unclear digital strategy. They want to do something, but they don't know where to start. And I'm going to tell you in a few minutes what is their recommendations on where to start implementing Quality 4.0 or Industry 4.0 technologies and philosophy. Number three, the lack of a quality culture. Even these days, especially we as auditors go to certain places and sometimes we see very robust, very strong quality cultures. You know, all the people focus on customer satisfaction, all the people focus on implementing the procedures and the methods they have. But sometimes we go and we say it is a miracle that this company is here because their service is very poor, or they don't follow their procedures, or they don't match their specifications. Well, we have companies all over the place with weak quality cultures, and that is a barrier in order to implement Quality 4.0. And then you can see other barriers there, systems, the fragmentation of quality data, data integrity and quality, and of course, concerns related with cybersecurity. So one of the findings of this study is that cross-functional leadership and critical skill investment enable successful implementation today. So the question here to executives was, we know Quality 4.0 is here, and some companies are working with it. So who will make this a reality? Who will make through this dream of having Quality 4.0 in our operations? So who are the critical players in this? So number one response was our quality leaders, auditors, quality managers, Six Sigma black belts, our quality champions. So if the C-suite, the executives of the company are expecting something from someone, is from quality practitioners, not followed by information technology experts, because it is exactly the same that with business process reengineering. We said it's not implementing technology, but most companies that implemented reengineering implemented a lot of new technologies. So it's exactly the same with Quality 4.0. We are expecting a lot from digital technologies and of course, from the IT champions in the company. Number three, from data scientists. This is like a new profession, like it was auditing 25, 30 years ago when with the ISO revolution. I mean, at least we gain a lot of visibility with ISO and with those quality prizes like the Deming Prize and the European Quality Award or the Baldrige Award. Well, now this is new. Quality data scientists are now on the landscape to stay. And finally, from the C-suite, of course, the leadership team in the company have a significant role in making this reality and also making this successful. And then we ask, as you can see in the right of your screen, we ask these executives, okay, we want quality practitioners to be successful in the future, quality engineers, quality improvement specialists, change managers, auditors. And we said, what is the number one skill they need to be successful? And it was a little bit a surprise to me when they said soft skills, of course. So I remember taking my first my first quality auditor certification course I don't know, 30 years ago. And I remember the instructor said, if you want to become a good auditor, you gotta be a great communicator, you gotta be a great team player, and you gotta be able to make decisions on the fly. And I said, what about the methodology of auditing? So they said, let's start with your soft skills. So that is still true today. Executives think that in order to be successful, quality practitioners need a lot of communication skills, ability to work effectively with teams, I mean, to be a good team player. And of course, that includes leadership, by the way, to be able to influence others to do things that otherwise they will not. Problem solving, one of them said, it is incredible how many engineers face a symptom, a problem, and they immediately start doing something instead of being more scientifically and first find the root cause and then explore the different alternatives and then designing the solution and then implementing the solution. You need a lot of leadership to do the last one. So they said problem solving skills are extremely important for quality practitioners today and into the future. And finally, change management skills. As we all know, change is the norm now and is becoming faster and faster. So we need to know how to deal with this change in terms of, overcoming change resistance from the employees, designing a good plan, being able to have the strength and the drive to implement those changes. So, and then we said to these executives, what are the technical roles that are going to make a difference into the future? Here you can see this in the left chart. Which ones are the technical roles that will make a difference? So in other words, dear colleagues, this is like, what are the jobs of the future, especially for quality practitioners? Number one is data scientists. So we all should know and be trained on these new technologies like analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data. Then to be an app developer. I work in higher education, as you know, and it's incredible how many 18-year-old kids can develop an app to find your preferences or to help you make the schedule of your classes for the next semester or to find the product you want. That's just amazing. I just saw a college student developing an app in the iPhone for operators in machines, so they will feed the symptoms they are facing with their products, and then the app will bring you the possible root causes of that phenomenon. So that's great, instead of reading standard operation procedures or machine manuals. And finally, to be an agile and Scrum master. And my question is, how many of you are certified in Scrum? And that's going to be the name of the future, the name of this game in the future. And the second question was, what are the technical skills we need to make Quality 4.0 a reality? Number one is analytics. Let me tell you, as I said, I work in a university, and the number one educational course that we are selling to industry is analytics. Number one by far. People waiting, and we're not able to open a new cohort because we don't have enough teachers. But it's incredible how many people are being trained in analytics and big data. Second, by statistics, that's at the very heart of quality practitioners, auditors. I mean, to be able to use statistics to make conclusions and to find solutions. Agile ways of working, all this digital transformation and being able to do quick improvements. And finally, artificial intelligence and machine learning expertise. So again, to the left, these are let's say, the jobs of the future. And these are the technical skills we need to be successful into the future. Those, along with the soft skills I just mentioned, that are paramount for all of us in quality. What are companies doing in order to be successful with this? As I said, not many people train in these areas. So what they are doing, the number one strategy companies are using in order to move forward with Quality 4.0 is upskilling and reskilling current employees. There are companies that reported that they have 10% of their professional employees already trained in analytics or in Scrum or Agile or in change management. And then another strategies they are using is, of course, recruiting new employees who already know about Quality 4.0, using consultants or freelancers, or even buying companies with this expertise. So again, the message for us is raise your hand and say, I want to attend this course, or I want to become part of the team that knows about artificial intelligence or analytics or change management in our company. So now let's talk about the pieces of advice of these executives, our findings, in the keys for success with Quality 4.0. If you want to consider working on Quality 4.0 into the future, these are some recommendations that you can follow in order to be successful with this initiative. First of all, top management's gotta be involved. Quality starts at the top, so it's gotta be a decision of the senior management that you're gonna be working in the future with Quality 4.0, with digital transformation, and also with Industry 4.0. We in Quality always hear if the top management is involved, it's gonna be successful and it will last. But if they are not involved, it's gonna be painful and the results are gonna be minimal. So be sure that your top management is convinced of this endeavor. Second, make a plan for the future, prepare for the future. You gotta have a plan and you gotta describe or define your expectations. I'm gonna give you another advice that we heard on where to start because it's challenging. But at the bottom is you gotta have a plan. Involve everyone. We quality practitioners, auditors, quality improvement specialists, we say quality is everyone's job. So in this case, please do not think that this is gonna be a work only for your quality department, but everyone in manufacturing, in maintenance, in industrial engineering, human resources, production, of course. Then upskill your employees. As we learned, the number one barrier is that there are not enough people well-trained, well-equipped to implement this technology. So start training, upskilling your employees as soon as possible. Build the foundation. I'm gonna give you more details on this recommendation in the next slide. But basically, what they say is start with something small and then grow upon that basis. And finally, we're going to be using technology, of course. All this digital transformation movement is about implementing information technology in order to simplify our operations and to make them more friendly to and simple to our customers. So let me tell you a short story, but I was in Germany with other engineers, and we were visiting amazing companies using Industry and Quality 4.0. And then an executive from Mexico, he said to me, Benito, I want you and your team to help us implement 4.0, Industry and Quality 4.0 in my industrial site in Mexico. And I said, of course, where do you want to start? And he said, whatever. I mean, do whatever you want. I just want to say that I'm using Industry 4.0. And I said, this guy is in drugs. Well, not much, because when we interviewed these executives, that say, this is so complicated and so big, then you gotta start with something. Let's say doing digital transformation in one of your operations, or using analytics in one of your strategic procedures, and realize quick wins. So their recommendation is start small and then become bigger after that. I mean, design for scale is what they said. So pretty amazing, but they said, I know you have heard this saying that says, the plan does not to have perfect, but the execution does. So don't wait until you have a perfect plan to start working with Quality 4.0 or Industry 4.0. Start with something that you are comfortable working with. Let's say automating your quality data from your manufacturing line, and then make decisions after that. And with that, you will gain confidence, you will develop the skills of your team, and that will support you in order to be successful with this. And with that, you're going to be able, as it says here on the right, to go out of the study, the group that conducted this study. As I said, colleagues from Boston Consulting Group, ASQ, and the German Society for Quality. And here on the top, feel free to take up a photo of this website, of this address. You will find the complete report of the study and also this presentation on this site. So feel free to go there and to read all the details and the insights of this study. And with that, I want to thank the Future of Auditing Expo organizing team for inviting me, my friends Mike Richman and Michelle, and all the community of the Future of Auditing Expo. And I congratulate you, all of you quality practitioners and quality auditors, for your work and for your important contributions to the success of our companies. With that, I thank you for having me here. Thank you for watching, and I wish you and yours all the very best.
Well, thank you, Benito Flores, for those insights into Quality 4.0. And that concludes this presentation.